Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Business Connect. My name is Roy. If you're new to the channel, here we do videos about life in China. We talk about things happening here in China, especially things that affect international students, foreign expats, workers, and generally foreigners living here in China. So in our recent videos, we've been talking a lot about when will international students return to China, and we've been giving you guys all the updates about travel bans, travel restrictions, the recent cases of COVID-19 here in China, and a lot that is happening here in China that affects the life of foreign experts. So in today's video, I'll be bringing to you guys 5 new updates as far as foreigners and expats in China are concerned. So the first update will be about PU letters or invitation letters. A lot of people have asked me like, who can apply for an invitation letter or for a PU letter, and what's the process of applying for a PU letter? So the first update we're talking about is how and who can apply for a PU letter. So yes, foreigners who live in China now can apply for PU letters or invitation letters for their families and loved ones to join them here in China. But the requirements are, however, very strict. So here are the requirements. First, this invited guest must have been vaccinated with a World Health Organization's recognized vaccine. However, children below the age of 18 must not, however, have been vaccinated. This foreigner living in China must hold an executive position in the company, and this company must have paid at least a tax of above 1 million RMB per year. So in addition to this, the company where the foreigner is working for must also prepare a list of documents requested by the Foreign Affairs Office in the city in which that foreigner is working in. And however, the different cities might require different documents depending if the foreigner is based in China or is out of China. So apart from these documents that I've just listed, different cities will require different documents, and depending on your situation, whether you're already in China or you're out of China wanting to relocate to China with your family, and depending on the situation at that moment, you will be requested maybe to provide additional documents. But my advice is that we should always contact with the Chinese embassy in the country in which we live in to get further details, because the documents and the requirements always change depending on the situation at the time. The next update is about applying for permanent residence, and this concerns especially foreigners who are married to Chinese citizens. Before, if you're married to a Chinese citizen and you live in China for over 5 years, you're qualified to apply for a permanent residence, and it always happens very easily. But recently, a lot of foreigners who were married to Chinese citizens have still found it very difficult to apply for permanent residence. And when they started investigating to find the reason why their files were being rejected, they realized that you have to stay in the city where your marriage certificate was issued during that 5 years of stay in China. Which means that if your marriage certificate, or otherwise called in Chinese the Hoko, if it is issued in Shanghai, during that 5 years you must have stayed in Shanghai. You can't have your marriage certificate in Shanghai and you've stayed for 5 years in Beijing or in another city in China, and you apply for a permanent residence in Shanghai, it will likely be rejected or not succeeded. So foreigners have realized that you must stay in the city where your marriage certificate is signed and issued for the period of 5 years before you are qualified to apply for a permanent residence. So the next update is about applying for an international green card to travel to China. We all know that during these days, one of the requirements to travel to China is that you must have the international green code. It is the code that shows your movement for the past 14 days, and you must have the code green. If it is yellow, it means that you've been in a medium risk area, and if it is red, it means that you're from a high risk zone and you cannot travel. So to be able to travel to China, you must have the green international code. And how can you apply for this green code? So when you're about to travel to China, you need to apply for an international green code, and to apply you have to go to this website. I'm going to display it on the screen. Once you hit on this website, you have to register with your basic information, create an account, and upload the following documents. First, you have to upload a negative nucleic acid test. Secondly, you have to upload your itinerary, your flight tickets, and to show them your itinerary, how you're going to move from your country to China. And also you have to upload your vaccination certificate. Once you upload these 3 documents, it will be assessed, and if approved, you will be issued the green code, and you have to present the green code to the airline before you travel. The next update says that another research institute in Henan province in China has discovered another oral COVID-19 drug that will probably be in the market by December. This is the second COVID-19 drug that has been discovered in China. The first one was discovered by a research institute here in Shanghai. The second one now is like a tablet form, an oral COVID-19 drug that has been discovered by a company here in China, and they say it is ready to be in the market by December. The drug named Adfuzin is currently under phase 3 clinical trials in the first affiliated hospital in Zhengzhou University here in Zhengzhou. Phase 3 clinical trials on the drug are also currently taking place in Brazil and Russia. So if these 2 drugs finally go into the global market, and are seen as effective in treating the COVID-19 virus, then slowly coronavirus is becoming history. The next update that I'll be talking about concerns the new variant, the Omicron variant that is spreading now. And some people say it was discovered first in South Africa, but other media sources are saying it wasn't discovered first in South Africa. Some people say it was discovered in Belgium and so on. But they say that the South African doctors were the first who made it public to the world. They were the first who discovered that something strange is going on and made the world know about it. Not that it was first or it started in South Africa. So the fact that it was South African scientists who first made this known to the world has given the impression that it originated from South Africa, which is not true. They were the doctors who first made it known to the world that a new variant is going on and people should be alert. But this has negatively affected travel for South Africans and people coming from South Africa. We've seen what has happened. A lot of countries have shut their borders to South Africa and other countries of Southern Africa. But we think that shutting borders to South Africans is not the solution to this, because we must act in solidarity. It has already been proven that shutting borders or closing borders is not the solution to the virus, but the world must come in solidarity to fight and combat this pandemic. A lot of countries that were already opening up have pulled back and have closed their borders, especially for travelers from South Africa and other Southern African countries. And some countries like Japan, Israel, and Morocco have completely shut down their borders to travelers from whosoever. They don't care whether you're coming from South Africa or from Southern Africa. They don't want to know about it. They have just completely shut down their borders to international travel. We've also seen in the media that I think 1 or 2 cases have been discovered in Hong Kong, in neighboring China, and just a few days after negotiations were being made for China to open borders with Hong Kong. So a lot of people were already asking me, like, will this affect the negotiations? Will this just destroy the negotiations that were going on for China to open borders with Hong Kong, which was like a leeway for China to open its borders to other countries and to other groups of people? And the answer is, we don't know. We're just waiting maybe in the days or in the weeks ahead to see how scientists and the world will respond to this new virus before we will know if this will affect China's plan to open borders with Hong Kong and with the rest of the world or not. So our ears are always on the ground. If you have any valuable information, we will always post it. So you don't want to miss any of our updates. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, because we don't only do videos. When I get information, if it's not worth making a video, I always post it on my community timeline. So if you're my subscriber, you will see that every day I post information on my community timeline, and only my subscribers can see this information. So You want to hit that subscription button, join us on the channel, so that each time I upload videos or I post something important on my community timeline, you don't want to miss out that. This is Business Connect. Thanks for watching until the end. I'll see you in our next video. Peace out and bye-bye.